welcome back to Retro Tech Toys. It's been a while, and now I have this Mac SE that I'd like to have a look at. I got this for really cheap, for about $5 or $10, just because there's a lot wrong with it. It's basically a project computer that I got at my job. We're going to have a look at it today. As you can see, it looks like it has a bad analog board, floppies are intermittent, and the hard disk sounds like it's beginning to fail, and it possibly has PSU problems. But we'll have a look at it today, and we're not going to do any repairs. I just want to kind of see what's going on with it right now, and we'll save the repairs for a future episode. So if you have a look at it right here, it's just your standard Mac SE FDHD. So this one actually has, from the appearance of it, it has both disk drives and a hard drive, as far as I can tell. So let's flip it around the back, and you'll see that it is a fairly standard Mac SE. I mean, there's nothing else going on back here. And your power switch and all your normal ports that you would expect. So let's go ahead and plug this thing in, and we'll turn it on and see if it does any of the things that are mentioned on the post-it note on the front of the screen. It lights up, and the artifact that you're seeing right now is just from my camera, but you can see that we've got some issues with the screen. You can kind of see it flashing in and out and doing sort of like a stutter all over the place. There are some problems here, possibly with that analog board, maybe some other issues. You can see when I gave it a little bit of a wiggle, it started working. So we're in. The hard drive seems to be working for now. Let's go ahead and power this down because I don't have a mouse. We're going to go back and get a mouse, hook it back up. We'll see if we can dig in here, check out this Mac SE. Okay, we're back, and we've got the OS loaded up here, and there's nothing personal on the hard drive. I checked that off camera, and thankfully we have a mouse this time. The hard drive was making some noises, so it's probably going to die at some point here. I'm going to have to replace that, probably right after this video. Maybe we'll do that in the next video when we do some repairs. So you can see it's a pretty standard Mac SE with a hard drive that's pretty small by today's standards, of course, but it did the job back then. And we do have some games. I'm gonna go in there and see what we have. Maybe we can play something. I like that helicopter game. I think we're gonna check that out. I never played it before. It looks like it's called Stuntcopter 1.0. So let's check that out right now. Up next is this maze game. It's simply called Maze. I don't have a keyboard, so I can't actually play it. That looks like a pretty standard maze game. We're gonna go ahead and get out of there and go into Microsoft Works. Here's our word processor. Again, I don't have a keyboard, so there's not much that I can do in here. But that's quite a nice set of productivity tools and games for a Mac SE. Let's check out the demo of After Dark. Got a little robot jumping around. And that's basically it for this Mac SE. A nice, clean little system that needs some work, but it's not that bad. This is something that can be fixed pretty easily, with a little bit of patience. And here it is next to my SE30, which you probably know if you've seen my past episodes that I've featured this one several times. It made the journey with me over 1,000 miles from the south to Minnesota. And the hard drive didn't make it though, but that's not a problem. I've got several spares. It does need a little bit of calibration, but that's easy stuff that can be done over a weekend in my spare time. Some might say that the SE does not compare to the SE30s. Clearly, the SE30 is a far more powerful machine with the Motorola 68030 CPU running at over 15 megahertz, the Macintosh SE clocking in with a Motorola 68000 CPU at 8 megahertz, but it was still a really good little machine for the time, and I quite like it a lot. I want to thank you all for watching Retro Tech Toys. I'll see you very soon. Maybe we'll open up this SE and see what repairs need to be done and see if we can do those in the future. Until then, thanks for watching.